All right, for this problem, they want us to find the midpoint of BC. So the midpoint of BC is going to be, and by the way, B, in case you're wondering, this was A, this was C, and this was B. So the midpoint of BC is going to be somewhere in here. Now this is not drawn to scale. My picture is not drawn to scale. Neither was the one in the packet that I took this from. So you have to be careful not to assume that it's in the right quadrant. It could very well be in the wrong quadrant. So the way to find midpoints is you just take the x coordinates and add them together and divide it by 2. Take the y coordinates, add them together, and divide by 2. So the x coordinates are, and that they add up to -2 divided by 2, which is just -1. That's your x coordinate. And the y coordinate, add them up and divide by, adding those up gives you -6 divided by 2. And that's just -3. So -1, -3 is your point. The next part of this problem is they want us to find the slope of the median from vertex A. So from vertex A, I'll do this in green. The median from vertex A means it goes from there to that point, to the midpoint. That's why they had us find the midpoint first. So the slope of the median means just the slope of that line. Well, my line is those 2 points, and the slope, remember the formula for slope is rise over run. The change in the y's over the change in the x's. So it's just going to be 8 minus a -3 over 0 minus a -1. Be careful with signs. Make sure you're using correct signs. So this will be equal to 11. And if you always check to make sure that it makes sense. Is that slope a positive slope? Is that green line going to have a positive slope? And it is, because it's going up from left to right. And you can tell that it's pretty steep too. So 11 does seem about right. Remember, I didn't draw this necessarily to scale, but this is definitely in the right quadrant. It's in the third quadrant because the x and the y are both negative.